Welcome back everyone, and in this video, we're going to discuss the company that is disrupting the traditional food industry and is dominating a niche market that is projected to see mass acceleration over the next decade. And that is Beyond Meat. They are the leading producer of plant-based meat alternatives, and these products are growing in demand year over year. And Beyond Meat has done a great job of expanding their product distribution by partnering with some of the largest food companies in the world, which includes Pepsi, McDonald's, and Yum Brands. So in this video, we're going to take a look at Beyond Meat as a whole and discuss if this company is a great buy at this current level, go over the company's financials, and discuss their future growth projections. And before we do that, I'm going to ask you to please hit that like button and subscribe. I am the Gen Z investor, and every single day we talk about the stock market, discussing different companies you can buy and any major market news. So please hit that like button, subscribe for the daily videos, and today we're going to focus on Beyond Meat, the plant-based food company that is taking over the aisles of superstores all across the country. And they trade under ticker BYND for $138 per share. And over the trailing 12 months, the company has grown by over 44%, and we can see a very volatile stock with a lot of ups and downs. And at this current level, their market cap comes in at $8.7 billion. But as of late, over the last month, the company is on a massive decline, and from the end of January, the share sat at $192 and have now declined 28% to the current level of $138. And for this type of company that is still very early on in their growth stage, many people believe that this is an extremely overvalued name. But if we take a look at their Morningstar report, they are currently ranked as 3 stars, which means they are trading within a very small range of their estimated fair value, which sits at $132 per share. And we can see right here on the chart that they are very close to that fair value level at this current point in time. So this 28% decline in share price has brought the company to a much more reasonable valuation at this current point, which is why we're discussing them today. And going forward, Beyond Meat's total addressable market is expected to take off. And by 2027, the entire plant-based global market is expected to be worth over $35 billion, which is a massive growth rate from its current level. And year over year, we're projecting close to 16% annual growth in that market to reach the 35 plus billion over the next 6 to 7 years. And as consumers continue to focus on what they're putting in their body, plant-based meat alternatives are becoming a more well-known and more sought-after product in the market. And I think Beyond Meat is well positioned to dominate this fast-growing industry for many years to come. And the company has also recently announced some major partnerships with some of the leading food companies in the world, including Pepsi, McDonald's, and Yum Brands. And I personally believe that these new partnerships are going to get Beyond Meat products in front of consumers who would never seek out these goods on the aisles of their traditional grocery stores. And with their partnership with Pepsi, they're creating a new joint venture that will focus on producing snacks and drinks with plant-based substitutes. And this partnership will be extremely beneficial to both companies. Right now, Pepsi is the global leader in the snack food space, while Beyond Meat has the name and the brand in the plant-based industry. And going forward, together, I do believe this new joint venture can dominate that respective industry with different snacks and drinks. And this project is called the Planet Partnership, and we can see their play on words where the letters P-L-A-N-T or plant are capitalized with the small case E. So overall, this new partnership I do believe will be a great success, and looking forward to what products these two companies can come up with. And this is not the only brand that Beyond Meat has set a new partnership with, and they have also reached out and struck a deal with McDonald's and Yum Brands, two of the largest fast food companies within the United States and on the global front. And going forward, their new 3-year deal with McDonald's will make Beyond the preferred patty supplier for McDonald's new McPlant burger, which is being tested in some markets all across the world. And these two companies will also work together to develop substitutes for pork, chicken, and egg. And with Yum Brand, the parent company to KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut, over the next few years, they're going to work together to develop different menu items to suit the demand and the need of each of their individual restaurant chains. And I think the fact that Beyond Meat has become the go-to supplier of plant-based products to the largest fast food companies in the world is only going to set this name brand apart and accelerate their growth over the next few years. Just give it some time. As these products grow at greater scale and are available in these fast food restaurants all across the country, I think Beyond Meat is going to see a massive growth and acceleration in the company's revenue, leading to growth in their share price much higher than where it is today. And Citibank analysts have raised their price target for this company because of these major deals that have just been announced. And we can see marketing and distribution deals with the food giants Pepsi, McDonald's, and Yum Brands should support Beyond Meat earnings in the years ahead. And right now, they have just announced an increased price target to $184 per share and have set a buy rating for Beyond. And right now, the current level of 138 sits well below that 184 with a ton of upside over the short term. And now if we take a look at the company's latest quarterly report, we can see that their revenue growth has been absolutely spectacular. Year over year, from 32 million back in 2017, they have now crossed over 400 million in total revenue in 2020, which represents an average CAGR of 132%. And right now they are disrupting the largest food category in the world, and that is meat, which on the global scale is worth 1.4 trillion, and within the United States alone, that's 270 billion. But of course, they're not going to take over that entire category, but the actual plant-based market is expected to grow to over 35 over the next few years. So still a ton of room and a massive market for them to expand into. And if we take a look, they have been posting some very strong financial results. Year over year, they saw 37% growth in their total revenue and have increased their manufacturing capacity on a 1.5x. And this company has done an amazing job of continuously expanding their total distribution network. When the company went public not too long ago, they were in 31,000 different outlets all across the world. But then at December 2020 year end, they grew to over 122,000 different points of distribution, which is a growth rate of close to 300%, which is absolutely insane. And what's impressive is their international retail growth, which went from only 150 locations to 34,000 at the year end 2020. And if they can grow on an international front, Beyond Meat has a very good shot of becoming the go-to name in the global plant-based food market and hold that position for many years in the future. And if we take a look at their distribution network, within the US retail side, total revenue saw a nice growth rate in 2020, and their products are sold in the largest retailers in the country, including Walmart, Costco, Target, Kroger, and Whole Foods, and of course many more. And with regard to US food service, that did see a slight decline in 2020, but of course the pandemic did really hurt the restaurant industry, and also with the new deals with Yum Brands and McDonald's, that growth is expected to accelerate over the next 1 to 3 years going forward. And on the international front, although revenue was down, they absolutely destroyed their previous numbers and have seen mass acceleration and product expansion in over 52,000 outlets. And overall, I think Beyond Meat has done a terrific job of getting their products in the eyes of more consumers in the United States and on an international front. And I just think it takes time. Over the next few years, as consumers continuously see these products on the shelves at every store they go to, they'll get curious, they'll try it out, and hopefully they'll become lifelong brand customers. And if we take a look at Beyond's financial statements really quickly, we can see that total revenue, like we saw on the chart, has been growing at a terrific rate year over year and has topped over 400 million in the trailing 12 months. And if we take a look at their bottom line, they are still not profitable just yet, but in reality, a $52 million net loss over the past year isn't anything too bad. And we can see that they've been kind of consistent with their net losses year over year. And one thing that's very important with Beyond Meat is the company actually has a very strong balance sheet for their current stage of development. Right now we can see they have total current assets of 330 million. Compare that to their short-term debt of only 89 million. Their current ratio is well above 3, and their short-term liquidity is very strong. And if we take a look, they have total assets of $468 million and total debt of only $100 million. And one thing that's very impressive is they have no long-term debt on the company, and I really like that from such a young player. When you're very early on, debt can really hurt a company's growth potential. And right now, carrying zero long-term debt on the balance sheet is really reassuring to a potential investor because I'm not worried about any short-term liquidity issues going forward. And I think this current ratio right now is extremely strong. I think their overall ratio is very healthy, and going forward, have no issues with the balance sheet for this current point in time. And now if we continue on, we're going to take a look at some analyst projections for the company's future growth. And for the full 2021 fiscal year, we're projecting total revenue to grow 40% and hit $507 million. And for the 2022 fiscal year, we're projecting $844 million of revenue, which represents a 48% growth year over year. So overall, I think the company can't actually achieve these numbers, and if they do, the share price will be much higher than where it is today. And by 2023, we're actually projecting more than $1 billion of total revenue for Beyond Meat. And if we take a look with regard to earnings, over the next 3 years, we're projecting close to 62% annual growth. And from where the company is right now, we're expecting that by 2023 for them to become fully profitable, and that by 2025 they'll have over $1.3 billion of revenue and approaching $75 million of total net income, and that will only climb for many years going forward. So I think Beyond Meat has a ton of future growth ahead. I really am interested in this company, especially after the massive dip that we've seen in the share price. And when Morningstar has this company trading within a fair range of the estimated fair value, I think right now it is actually a very attractive name that may be worth an ad or some research into for a high growth portfolio. So let me know down in the comments below if you have a position in Beyond Meat, if you're planning to start one, or if you're going to avoid this company at all costs. I love to have discussions. I love to hear people's opinions and share with me your thoughts on this company that I do believe can become a main player in the fast growing plant-based food market. So thanks for watching to the end. I am the Gen Z Investor. Every single day we talk about the stock market, go over different stocks you can buy, and any major market news. So please hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't done so, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.